Namaskar, this is Seshu Chira. Welcome you back to Hamsika Academy. Today, we will learn about administration of Delhi Sultans. A closer look at the administration and consolidation under the Khaljis and Tughlaqs. So now we are going to look at a closer look of the administration and consolidation under the Khaljis and Tughlaqs. How did the consolidation of the kingdom happen? It was during the time of Iltutmish. The rule he favored was he wanted to have special slaves. In order to have a strong kingdom, we need to have trusted, able administrators. In order to have a strong kingdom, we need to have trusted, able and strong administrators under the king. Then only king can have a strong hold on the kingdom. That's the reason why Iltutmish favored their special slaves. Now, who are these special slaves? These people are trained in military service. They are called Bandgan. In Persian language, Bandgan. Bandgan means relatives. In Persian language, they are called Bandgan. They are carefully trained to hold the important political offices. Delhi Sultanate rulers want to consolidate their hold on the kingdom. So, Iltutmish favored to have special slaves. Why did he want special slaves? Because he can have them as reliable governors. The existing governors, the existing administrators who were already there by the time Iltutmish became the emperor. Because Kutubuddin Aibak was the first king of the slave dynasty. From there, it passing on to Iltutmish. So, the existing governors, aristocrats, landed chieftains as governors, he could not trust them. He could not trust them. That is the reason why he want to have his own people as the governors. His own people as the governors. Whom he is bringing into the post of the governors or the administrators? The people, those who are well trained in the military services, who are trained carefully to hold important political offices. These people are called Bandgan in Persian language, and the Delhi Sultans are totally dependent upon their masters. So these Bandgan or the slaves whom we are calling as special slaves or Bandgans, these people totally depend on their masters, and even Sultan could trust and rely upon them. So, as the Sultan could not trust the existing governors, they are not reliable for him. The administrators, the aristocrats who are landed chieftains, he don't want them because he cannot trust them. He thought they will betray him. So, he brought special slaves who are totally dependent on their master. The Sultan could trust them and rely upon them. These people are specially trained in the military services. Bandgan is a name given to these people in Persian language, and they are also carefully trained to hold the important political offices. So you should know that why did Iltutmish preferred or favored to have special slaves than the existing administrators? Because he did not trust these people. He could not rely on the governors, the administrators, the aristocrats who were there existing. So he want to replace them. With whom he want to replace them? He want to replace them with special slaves. These special slaves are called as bandgan in Persian language. Who are these people? These people are the people whom the Sultan can trust and rely upon them. Similarly, those people are also totally dependent on our master or their sultans. They are specially trained in military and were also carefully trained to hold the important political offices. That is the reason why Iltutmish favored their special slaves over the reliable governors or the governors who were existing at that particular point of time. Is this a good step? This step, what Iltutmish took, did it favor in the consolidation of the kingdom? Or did it create any problems further? Let's look at them. Khaljis and Tughlaq's bandgan. These bandgan means the people who are specially trained slaves who are raised from humble birth and they were kept as clients and they were offered high political positions. They were offered high political positions. They were appointed as generals and governors. Now, here comes the twist. When the father is appointing as a general or a governor, the so-called bandgan are very loyal to the father, but not to their heirs, not to their children. That's where it led into political instability. When the people are appointed, they are very loyal to the person who appointed them. For example, if Iltutmish has appointed, the bandgan is very loyal to Iltutmish, but not to their heirs. That created an element of political instability in the kingdom. It created an element of political instability because when the new sultans come into the position, the slaves and the clients were only loyal to their masters who has appointed them. The bandgan are only loyal to the people who have given the appointments. Over a period of time, they become strong and they are not loyal to their heirs. So, what are the new sultans doing now? The new sultans will have their own set of servants. When Iltutmish came, he did not rely on the existing governors that time. He thought they are not reliable. So he brought his own people, his own special slaves who are specially trained, and he made them to appoint. Similarly, when a new sultan came, he had his own set of sultans and servants. The new sultan, new servants. New monarch, new servants. That led to a conflict between the old and the new nobility. That led to the conflict between the old and the new nobility. This is one aspect which Iltutmish did not think because it became an element of political instability. When Iltutmish appointed, they worked very sincerely. They were very loyal to their master. They helped in consolidation of the kingdom. But that same set of people became a reason for the political instability for the next generation. When it came to the next generation, it led them into political instability element. Because the new sultans were in the same position who cannot trust their old governors. And the governors are the people, those who are acting as the heads, these people are only loyal to their father, not to the son, because son might be younger and these people might be seniors. Whatever might be the reason, now the new sultans had his own set of servants. New monarch, new servants. That led to a conflict between old and new nobility. The patronage of these humble people by the Delhi sultans also shocked many elites, because they don't know how to react to this. Some of them went ahead and wrote in the Tawarikhs also and criticized them, the Delhi sultans' appointment for the people, those who are low and base born people, those who are born in the low caste or not at all trained properly, were brought into very high positions. The elites were unhappy with this decision. Similarly, they went ahead, few of them, and wrote them in Persian Tawarikhs that how can these people appoint the low and the base born people to a very high position. Here is one example for us. Sultan Muhammad Tughlaq appointed Aziz Kumar, a wine distiller, Firuz Hazam, a barber, Manka Tabak, a cook, and 2 gardeners, Lada and Pira, to a very high administrative post. This information we are getting from Ziauddin Barani, who was a mid-14th century chronicler. So he appointed Aziz Kamar, who is a wine distiller, Firuz Hazam, a barber, Manka Tabak, a cook, and 2 gardeners, Lada and Paira. Now people started to question them, what is the criteria to appoint these people to a very high position? We get them from the records of Ziauddin Barani, who recorded this one in the mid-14th century. And Sultan himself gave the appointments to these people. So sometimes we don't know how the sultans will take the decisions. Iltutmish brought trained people and placed them in the place. Okay, that is accepted to some extent. But what about the people, those who are not at all trained, were brought into very high positions, that too administrative positions. So this resorted to their appointment as a sign of Sultan's loss of political judgment and his incapacity to rule. This is what we are discussing now. Maybe that time nobody might have dared to go and tell to king that you are doing a wrong thing. But now the historians feel that he is not capable to rule and he could not judge properly politically. How can these people be appointed to a very high position? So today we discussed about a closer look of administration and consolidation under the Khaljis and Tughlaqs. In the consolidation efforts by the Delhi Sultanate rulers, Iltutmish did not favor to have the existing administrators, aristocrats, and landed chieftains, while he favored to get special slaves, military servicely trained, Bandgan is the name given to them, who are carefully trained to hold the political offices. Sultans could trust them and rely upon them. Similarly, they were completely dependent upon their masters. But that also led to some kind of problems in the next generation rulers when they came in. Because Bandgan was raised from humble birth, they were called as clients, they were appointed to very high political positions, and they were appointed as governors and generals. But this led to political instability. So these people who are slaves and clients were only loyal to their master who appointed them, not to their heirs, means the next generation. So they were not loyal to them. So when the new sultans came, they had their own servants. What Iltutmish did, same thing happened here also. So now when the new monarch came, new set of people were appointed. So conflict emerged out between old and the new nobility. Later, we can observe one thing, that even the people, the elites, the educated people who were the authors in the Tawarikhs criticized the rulers of Delhi Sultan for appointing a very low and base born to a very high office. How can anybody be appointed to a very high position? This is what they used to get doubts. Why they got these doubts? We have one such inscription here, which is recorded by Ziauddin Barani in the mid 14th century, who was a chronicler. He wrote how the wine distiller, barber, gardeners, a cook were appointed to a very high political position. And they went on to criticize Muhammad Tughlaq, saying that he does not have a proper judgment and he is incapable in assessing the people. That's the reason why he has appointed such people to high administrative positions. That's how the Delhi Sultans tried to consolidate their kingdom. They tried to appoint able administrators, but that resulted into a political instability by the time next generation came in. And afterwards, they start to appoint whomever they like and they trust. That went on to an extent where they can appoint barber, a gardener, anybody to that position, which later led to criticisms by the historians. These are the steps taken by the Delhi Sultans to consolidate their kingdoms. This is Seshu Chira requesting all of you to please consider subscription of my channel, and I thank all those who are subscribing daily to my channel. Thank you very much. Please keep watching our channel and keep supporting us the same way. Thank you.